So I just did an audition. That's why I'm wearing makeup. I just wanted to film. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I just wanted to film something real quick while I had makeup on, because you never see me with makeup on anymore because I only wear it for audition. I have a couple things on my mind, and I don't know which way this conversation is gonna go. It's like I said, I just wanted to film something because I had makeup on. So this might be a little bit rambly. Sorry about that. But you're gonna have to deal, because this is my channel and I get to talk about what I want to talk about. Hey Sprouts, it's me, your favorite forever teenager, Onion. You like my shirt? You like my shirt? Straight egg cookies. So I wanted to talk to you guys today, and there's a couple of videos that are going through my mind that I've been wanting to make, but this is what I'm going to talk to you about. Sorry, Mom, for the expletive, but I don't know shiitake mushrooms at 25 years old. You know, when you're growing up and you're thinking to yourself, when you're like 10 years old, you're like, wow, when I turn 25, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have that, I'm gonna have a house and car, and I'm gonna be married, and I'm gonna have 25 kids. You know, when you're young and you're dumb and you're full of insecurities and you know nothing, you make this future self, this aspirational, like, this is the mark that I'm gonna hit and I'll be an adult. No. I'm here to tell you that no. This is for my younger people, okay? This is a episode for my younger folks, because my older folks are gonna know. They're gonna know exactly what I'm feeling like. And like I said, I turned 25. I turned 25 in July. So my birthday's coming up. I literally feel like I hit reset. I hit the reset button on my life, okay? So I know nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing. I always got confused about when people would make like memoirs about their life when they were like 30, because I'm like, that's not enough life. Like, I feel like if you're gonna be making a memoir, like, you should be making your memoir when you're like 70, 80, 90 years old, you know? And I know we're not promised tomorrow. We're not promised that long-lasting life. Trust me, I know my dad's a chaplain and my mom works in a hospital. So I definitely know life is finite. So not everybody makes it to 70, 80, 90 years old. Not everybody gets a memoir though. So I feel like that is a correlation to go with it, you know? Or like an autobiographical moment, you know, something like that. I had to delete a whole bunch of stuff off my phone, so I don't remember where we were. I am speaking to the younger folks, okay? When you turn 25, you'll think that my prefrontal cortex, my frontal lobe has fully developed. I can make decisions now. I can speak my mind now. Girl, let me tell you something. It's hard. It get crazy out here in these streets, in these mental streets, bruh. Especially now, especially in this day and age. And if you want to hear me talk more about politics, go follow my TikTok, Funyun Rings. I talk more politicky stuff over there. And if you couldn't tell, I'm on the left, okay? I'm on the left. Let's just say that, okay? So I can only speak for myself, so I'm only going to speak for myself. It's hard. It truly is. It's difficult. I am living in my parents' house. If you didn't know, I live in my parents' house. I have been enjoying staying at my parents' house, of course. Again, like I always say, I'm very privileged to be able to have a relationship with my parents where I can stay at their house, and where my parents are financially stable enough and have a house big enough and space for me to stay in their house in the first place. So I'm very grateful that I have that. At the same time, girl, this American dream is not dreaming. It's just not dreaming no more. It's a nightmaring. I don't understand how people are doing it. Like, I don't understand how people are having kids. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't understand how, like, I just got a new car, right? Yay. I did not get a new car, right? No, I got a 2014 car. It's 2024. This car is 10 years old. Last time I got a car was my first car. And my first car was a 2008. I got him in 2017, my freshman year of college, second semester. I got him that year. He was $5,000, right? So it was like, oh yes, that's a reasonable price for this car. Yes, he did have over 100,000 miles on him. Yes, his air conditioner was broken. It kind of still is, but it was broken, right. So that was accounted for in the price, right? But we were semi-struggling to get those prices paid, okay? We were not like, we were like, that's like me throwing the pennies. This is like the dollars, this is like the pennies. It looks like I'm swiping. I'm not swiping, I'm throwing pennies. So when we got that car, we were like, oh yeah, okay, $5,000, let's do it. We paid it off within a year, right? Thank God we were able to do that at the time. Now I'm getting a new car because my car is a little bit old. Rondo is a little old, you know. He is getting up there in years, getting up there in miles, and my grandma's moving in. So in order to take care of grandma, we are going to give grandma my old car. My car is the oldest car out of all the cars that are here, right? So we think that just using that car as grandma's car, we think that she'll be able to get into the car easier and everything. It'll be more accessible for her. Then to get me a new car, because I haven't had a new car for the past 6.5 years at this point, that would be the better option than getting like a van, where we would just have a van afterwards and not have anything to do with it after grandma does what grandma's gonna do. So we looked at this car. We weren't even gonna look at the car for real. We got this car and it's within the price range that my parents were like, okay, this is what you should be looking for. And I'm like, yes, I can agree to this price. Yes. And I look at this car, and like I said, it's 2014. I love this car. It's a great car. It runs, it does what I need to do. It's from what I hear, it's very fuel efficient. It's a car, right? It do what it gotta do. Tell me why this car is almost $15,000. It's 10 years old. It's a 10-year-old car. And we didn't know that it had a recall on it until we tried to call the insurance people. And the insurance people were like, heck no, we ain't insuring that dust, buddy. We ain't doing it. So I'm just like, when? I know when. This is a rhetorical question. I'm not asking you. When did things get so daggum expensive? It's hard out here for a pimp, bro. I say that at work all the time. It's hard out here for a pimp. I'm tired of living like this. And I can say this is very privileged of me to say. I've been, me and my family, we've gone through really tough times and really hard times where my parents had to work hard. We were eating ramen noodles every night, let's just say that. But we wouldn't have been eating ramen noodles every night if ramen noodles were 3 for $1. That we wouldn't have made it, honestly. Like, my heart goes out for people who are making less than what we are making now. Because if I was out by myself trying to do this, I make under $35,000 a year. Like, I would not be making it. And if y'all want to do like a whole like budget thing, I'm trying to do a what I spend at the end of the month, what I spent on, like, and then I'm trying to do like what I've made in the end of the month, like crochet wise, yarn wise, like kind of stuff like that. So I'm trying to do those two like end of the month videos if you guys want to see them, or if you want me to just combine it into one video and you just watch whatever half you feel like watching. Tell me how you feel about it. That's probably gonna be one of my next videos that comes out. My goodness, bro. Like I said, my heart goes out to people who are making less than, honestly, 45K in America right now. It is hard out here. I have seen so many TikToks, TikTokies out here that are talking about how people are struggling, not even financially, just struggling to find hope for the future, because people are despondent, people are in catastrophe, people are having straight up trauma inflicted upon them through poverty. Okay, like you wonder why people are like maximalists and hoarders and all these derogatory terms, because people are struggling. People are struggling to keep the things that they have now. So of course, when you don't have a lot, when you seem like you have a lot, then to other people you seem like you have a lot. You get what I'm saying? Like, if someone looks at you and they see like, oh, you got like 30 shirts and I only have 5, then people are like, oh, you got money. But that ain't always the truth. If you get your shirts from Shein, then what the heck, why are you doing that? That's not good. Go to the thrift store. That's what I'd say to you. And don't get all the shirts, get like 4. I'm trying to cut back on that too, so those are not gonna be as often videos as they used to be. So maybe like once every quarter we'll do a little thrifty video. But right now I just got a car, okay? let me live. And especially right now, like, I just got a car and I'm trying to take acting classes. I'm trying to start doing that. And I'm trying to participate in the household more, so I started like paying like the tiniest little bit of rent money to my parents just to like help out around the house, because I want to. I feel like it is my responsibility to take care of my parents, and part of that is financial, taking care of them, because I would like them to retire one day and like actually like sit back and relax and not have to stress about the everyday qualms. But I have to also think about that for myself as well, even though, are we gonna retire? Probably not. But you know, that's like 30, 40, 50 years down the line, 60, 70, far. So I just don't. I know I don't know a lot as a 25-year-old, but this ish don't make sense. It don't make sense. And I don't understand, like I was saying before, how people are having kids. I watched this video. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's been going viral on TikTok, and it went so viral that the girl took it down. She deleted it because it was a horrible take. So this girl, she put up a video stitching, so responding to, for all my older people, including my mom. Hi, Mom. So it was like a stitch, a response to another video where a lady was like, millennials and millennial parents are not making enough money to afford having kids. That's why there's no kids out here. So stop asking us to have kids. Childcare alone is like, she said $237,000 over the 18 years of that child's life that you have to take care of them. But I mean, like, you're gonna be taking care of that. Look, I'm 25, I'm living at my parents' house. You're gonna be taking care of that kid for the rest of their life, not just until they're 18. Like, you won't have to take on the majority of their burdens, but hopefully, but you're still gonna be taking care of that kid in some way possible, some way, shape, or form, unless you're just one of those parents that just kick their kids out at 18, which I don't understand that. That's not me. Then this girl, she's like, I'm 22 years old and she doesn't have any kids. So let's just start there. Which, as a fellow non-kid having person, hi, I have my fur kids, which one of them is coming in right now. I have this child who makes an appearance every video. Look how upset she is. I have a fur kid. I don't have kids. At least for this video, for you, my sweet honey summer child, don't talk about stay out of the people's business that don't pay you. Okay? Stay out of their business, because you don't know what's going on in their minds. So why are you even talking about it? One, unless you're talking about why you yourself don't have kids. I'm not saying that we can't critique things, we can't say what we want to say, but when it's something that you really don't know anything about, like parenting, child raising, child bearing, these kind of things, we need to throw away the key. So that's a thing. Just because you saw somebody else parent doesn't mean you know how to parent. That's kind of entrapped in that number one. That's kind of like a B side to number one. Okay, let me move on. 2, your parents are not millennials. Because she was talking about how she grew up as a 22-year-old at that point. If you're 22, you're on the cusp. You're right into Gen Z, right at the beginning. So there's no way your parents are millennials. Your parents are not millennials, sweetheart. Your parents are Gen X or boomers. I would know. My parents are like right there on the baby boomer Gen X line, right there. So I'm right here with you, sweetheart. And she was like, I am a child of 11 and my dad worked and my mom stayed home. And the line that got me, she was like, being a stay-at-home mom is not a privilege. Okay, let's talk about some history. This video is gonna get a little, I mean, everything's political, so. But if you want to hear more political stuff, go to my TikTok, okay? So, black women, black child bearers were not allowed to be stay-at-home mothers. It was literally illegal for us to stay home and not work because we had to take care of other people's children. Please tell me again about how child rearing, how being a stay-at-home mom is not a privilege. Because I'm not seeing it. It's very much so a privilege. And if you couldn't tell, that's why she was talking about things that she don't know about. That, I mean, we do it too. So it's not just, but I mean, she was saying it with a whole chest. So I was like, oh, we doing that. Oh, okay. We showing it all out. We showing the whole white privilege out here. Okay. So, honey, sweetie pie, it is definitely a privilege to be able to stay at home with one income, being able to take care of the entire family, especially a family of 11 kids. 11 kids. Like, when I know some people who have 5, 6 kids. I'm a kid of 5. I'm the youngest of 5. So when I see people with 5, 6 kids, I'm like, oh, dang. Y'all had some money. Y'all either had some money or some money issues. Because it was not easy growing up having 5, you know? But it just doesn't make any. The mental gymnastics are not gymnasticking for me. They aren't. Maybe I don't understand because my mom is the breadwinner in our house. So my dad was more so a stay-at-home dad than my mom was a stay-at-home mom. So I've always had that vision of like, she was gonna do what she was gonna do and he was gonna do what he was gonna do. But these numbers don't make sense. And, well, they make more sense when you think about the time period that it was in. And another TikToker, in response to the girl's response, they were like reminding us that we are in a financial depression. We are in an economic depression right now, worse than the Great Depression, which again, I will not get too deep on here, but we are in an economic depression if you didn't know that. And it is becoming so that we are going basically into World War III, if you didn't know that. At least that's my speculation. That's what I think. That's also my Afro-pessimism speaking, because I'm a little bit of a nihilist. The TikToker was like, we are in a depression, so people can barely feed their kids. Like, people can barely feed themselves. People can barely feed their pets. So I don't know why this young lady decided to be like, hey, you guys are just not setting your priorities straight and you need to prioritize having kids, because that sounds like fascist propaganda telling us that we need to birth a new workforce, and that's why we're not getting Roe v. Wade anymore. Okay, so that's just my thought. Sorry. Sorry, I know I said I wasn't gonna be political, but like, this is why I say, like, I don't know nothing. I really don't. I don't pretend like I know stuff. Like, for the longest time, I had my YouTube channel, but I would be like, oh, I'm not gonna, what am I gonna post? What am I gonna say that somebody hasn't said before, or somebody hasn't said better, or somebody hasn't written down, or somebody hasn't thought about, or like, am I just regurgitating everybody else's information, and do I not have an original thought to myself? And in some ways, no. In some ways, I don't have original thoughts. In some ways, we're always going to be persuaded by something, whether it's our biases that we have growing up, whether it's our biases that we've learned over time, whether it's anything. It could be anything. We are all biased about something. We all have prejudices about whatever things we have prejudices about. And I finally got to the point where I was like, you know what? It don't matter. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It matters if I do not credit people. It matters if I hurt people. It matters if I negatively affect people's lives. Of course, that always matters. But it also matters for me to be able to speak about the things that are important to me and be able to know what I'm talking about and know how to say it in a way that affects other people. Hopefully not negatively, but I mean, I can't always control how people feel when I say things, you know? All I can do is correct when need to be corrected. And I always am craving knowledge. I always want to learn. I am a student of life, as they say. And I am a great listener. So if you've ever met me in person, you probably know that. So I think those are the most important things when trying to learn and trying to learn more about life and trying to adapt to the struggles that we have to endure as human beings, especially in this world that we're living in today that sucks. I hate it here. I say that like every day. But I just wanted to talk about how I don't know anything, and that's okay. I don't need to know everything. Some things just need to be ambiguous. Some things just need to be fluid. Some things just need to be avoided, and that's okay. Like my friend tried to teach me how to drive a stick shift because he just got a new stick shift car, and I was like, no, I don't want to learn, and that's that. And I'm trying to set more boundaries like that for myself because I'm a very like, oh yeah. No more. No, we're saying no. And we're saying no with our chest. So no, I will not learn how to drive a stick. At least not right now. See, that's that yeah. See, that's that, yeah. No, I will not. And I told him, sometimes ignorance is bliss. And right now I choose to be ignorant. That's one thing I'll be ignorant about. But other things I love to learn about. I love filling my head with new queries. I love questioning people's beliefs. Not like questioning like negatively, like being curious. I will say that. Being curious about different people's beliefs and why they believe what they believe. And taking that on as ooh, I get to learn something new today. Instead of being like, well, that's stupid. So, especially if you're a nice person, then I'll definitely probably want to learn from you. So this goes for my videos going forward. If you watch this video, if you watch other videos and I say something that's off kilter or incredibly wrong, please just give me a little bit of grace. Maybe I haven't researched as much as I thought I would, which usually I wouldn't talk about things unless I researched them or experience them myself, because I hate being wrong. I hate being wrong. So I want to be right as much as possible. So I just don't have the caucasity to be able to come on here and talk about things that I don't know about. If I have talked about something that I don't know about, please politely tell me. I will educate myself and apologize as soon as possible. I think that's all I'm going to talk about today in the video. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing for nothing. Nothing about nothing. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give me a like down below. Like it, like it, like it, like it, like it. And if you really liked it, like really liked it, like it was your favorite video ever, you know, you can comment down below and tell me, what do you refuse to learn? What is your boundary? What is your like, no? Like mine is driving stick. At least for right now, it's a no. I will not get a stick car unless I have to. And I don't have to right now. So I'm not gonna learn it right now. But what is your like thing? What is your like no? It could be a soft no. It can be a hard no. It can be a diet no. It can be a big old thicky no. I wanna know. I wanna know. Can you show me? I hope you guys have a blessed one. If you don't want to have a blessed one, please have a climate change, global warming, flowers in Antarctica lit one. I'll see you guys on the flip side. I love you. Bye.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.